The name of this incident is Outdoor School Underwear Parade. This occurred in very late May 1972. It was an outdoor school camp that occurred after Multnomah County Outdoor School had concluded their sessions. It occurred at Canby Grove Camp. It was a Catholic parochial school that was running this outdoor school program. It was a 2-day, 1-night program. They didn't have a lot of funds, but it did have 6th grade students in it. The people involved were Rhoda, also known as Rhoda Landells, from regular outdoor school programming, and a person named Sister Gemma. Turns out Sister Gemma and Rhoda and Digger and the whole bunch were involved early on in the early outdoor school programs. Sister Gemma, being affiliated with the Catholic parochial school in Woodburn, wanted to continue outdoor school for them. So Rhoda was recruited, and Rhoda recruited some of her counselors, one of them being a man named Frisbee, and the other one being myself, known as Cletus. Frisbee and I had 2 cabin loads of boys, 6th grade boys. Frisbee and I were very close up at that camp, and our boys were basically intermingled for the most part. These cabins with boys, they were just like any other 6th grade boys you'd find at an outdoor school. Wise guys, the troublemakers, the quiet ones, the well-behaved ones, the smartest ones in the room, the ones that couldn't pay attention, ad infinitum. And there was a certain type that didn't want to listen, that just wanted to cause havoc. We ran the programs, the normal study programs, very short. They were just a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours in the afternoon, but we did cover plants, animals, soil, and water. When it came time for going to bed after campfire, the boys were told that you're either going to wear your pajamas in bed, or if you have no pajamas, you're going to go to sleep in your sleeping bags and your underwear. Your pants, your shirt, your coat, your shoes are all going to be down at the foot of the bed. And we made sure that they went to bed that way. It was a simple way of making sure we didn't have people scooting around at night. So we put those cabin loads of boys to bed. Frisbee and I went up to the dining hall to have coffee, to chat with Rhoda, Sister Gemma, and the others up there. After a little while, about 10 o'clock, it was warm, it was pleasant. Frisbee said, "Hey, let's go down the Molalla River and go swimming." We didn't invite the nuns. We didn't invite Rhoda and the girls. It was just me and Frisbee going down there to go swimming around. Came back up, checked the cabins. They were fast asleep, so we dried off, went to bed. Next morning we had reveille. Time to get up and get going. The boys were all getting up and going. The only one in my cabin that wasn't going was this problem student. You know, the mouthy guy that wanted to be the one that would cause things to stumble, get a good laugh out of messing up. He didn't want to get up. He didn't want to get out of his sleeping bag. The other boys were all ready, and they were waiting to see what Frisbee and I were going to do. So we did it. Frisbee came over. We picked the boy up in his sleeping bag. Of course, he was in his underwear, too. We marched on out to the flagpole, and we sang a song nice and loud while we marched out there. It was "Stay on the sunny side, always on the sunny side." We got the attention of everybody in camp. The girls, the boys, the nuns, the staff. Everybody watched us doing it. Rhoda was horrified. I'd never seen Rhoda horrified before. We set the boy down at the flagpole and walked on back to the cabin. The rest of the guys got ready for breakfast. Flag ceremony was going to be in about 10 minutes. This boy realized there was no way back out of that situation unless he got out of his bag and ran back to the cabin, which he did. Grabbed his bag, dragged it behind him, and ran like all get out. It was fun to watch. I was laughing, so was everybody else. Rhoda was horrified. The boy came back, got dressed real quick, got real quiet, and wasn't any more problem there. We had breakfast. After breakfast, the boys went back to the cabins to clean up. Rhoda caught me and says, I don't know, this might not be very good, We probably shouldn't have done that. We have to see what Sister Gemma says about this. I was a little concerned, but what can you do at that point? Sister Gemma wanted to talk to the guys that did this. Frisbee and I went over to have a chat and a cup of coffee. Sister Gemma was there with one of the other nuns and said, "Cletus, Frisbee, that's the best thing I've ever seen. That kid's been a real pain the whole year long. We've been waiting for something like this. It looks like you guys filled the bill." We got the pat on the back, the thank you very much, and back to the cabin we went. The rest of the day was fun. By the way, that boy with the underwear, he was laughed at.